It's time to play the Great Deep Sea War event. Gosh, that's such a long-winded name. I'm just gonna call it the Squid Raid instead. In this event, you attack a squid boss for rewards, like for example, Millennial Tree Soulstones. So I wanted to find the best Squid Raid team that deals the most damage. For each of these bosses, there's a leaderboard, and the more damage you do, the higher you rank. I just wanted to flex on these 4 souls. Look at that. Ooh, that's not good. For some of these people, you see that red bar under their name? Some of them look really small. That's just not good. You know what makes me more disappointed? In this event, there's a feature where you can see the most commonly used cookies. You click this button and this shows up. It's pretty awful. We got legendary, ancient, and beast cookies spam. The only meta cookies on here would be Linzer and Epic, maybe Eternal Sugar, and maybe Wind Archer. Just because a cookie has a high rarity doesn't mean it's good. So if you watch today's video, I'll make sure you get good at the game. Today, we're gonna test out 5 different Squid Raid teams to see which is the best. Each team has a different important feature that I gotta point out. The first team is copied and pasted from the Avatar of Destiny in Guild Battle, and this will serve as our baseline. We're using Palm, Mint, Brulee, Ferret, and Coral. The treasures are different though. We got the Scroll, Blue Necklace, and Robes, and they're all the best choices. Creme Brulee and Palm are the damage dealers, so keep that in mind. And also, Palm is an acronym for Pudding a la mode. It's way easier to say and type. Listen into battle and fight the squid boss. Your cookies shouldn't take that much damage, and your cookies shouldn't die at all. If they do die, then that's a problem I don't know how to fix. Maybe check your labs or something. Not only does the boss do some damage to your cookies, it also stuns them. Sometimes it also grabs one of your cookies and prevents them from using their skill, just like how the Living Abyss eats a cookie and it can't do anything. There's sort of a weird way around this though, and it involves some hidden tech, with Twizzly Gummy being able to continue to shoot while being stunned by the boss. That's for later though. Now for the damage, 5.6 billion. Yeah, nah, I think we can do way better than that. In conclusion, the default Avatar of Destiny team isn't very good for this. Time for the next team. This time it revolves around the electric element. Lemonade, Palm, and Twizzly are electric, while Linzer and Ferret are OP supports in general. Since there's no more Creme Brulee, I removed the scroll and added the Jelly Watch treasure instead. The robes will stay forever though, cause it's really good for Twizzly and Palm. The reason the electric element is so good is because of Black Lemonade. She infinitely stacks all these buffs and makes Twizzly go crazy. Let's head into battle and it's story time now, cause why not? I got a comment asking where I went. This was during the time where I didn't upload for a month. So I didn't upload for 2 reasons. 1, I was dying of sickness for quite a while. The worst sickness I've ever had. And 2, I wasn't a fan of the previous update. I liked the Dark Enchantress story. The Abyss of the 4 event was fun. In all 4 bosses, I think I got like top 50. And the Wicked collab was okay, I guess. But everything else I didn't like. Diffsys did a much better job this update, cause one day I spent like multiple hours playing it. So anyways, I proceeded to lose all my momentum and ended up not uploading for a month. And now, let's see how much damage we got. 9.7 billion. Not bad. I think that's acceptable. But we still gotta find the best beast raid team. Like, there's gotta be a better one, right? It's time to test out some high rarity brain rot. If I use high rarity cookies, will my damage improve? A lot of players spam high rarity cookies, as shown by this tragedy right here. I heard that Eternal Sugar and Wind Archer are good. I can't use Wind Archer though, cause my Crystal Gem isn't high enough and I'm free to play. It has to be like level 30 or something. I can still use Eternal Sugar though, so let's toss her into the electric team. Does using higher rarity cookies actually help, or does it make things worse? Let's find out. So now it's time to read some more comments, cause while I was gone, I didn't bother reading any comments at all, so it's time to catch up. We got Happy TI9JW here, asking when I will face reveal. The answer is never, unless using a face in thumbnails or a face cam inside videos would actually help, but for my case it doesn't, so I guess never. We got Sugar K5T, who says, I looked at one of his old videos, and his voice was high-pitched. Bro, now his voice is deep. In my old videos, I was like yelling without actually yelling, like kind of like talk yelling, I guess, and it was super high pitched. While recording those videos, I had no idea I was high pitched, but looking back now I can see it. But I don't do that anymore, like the talk yelling. It's kind of like yelling quietly, if you know what I mean. We got Kiki00 who says pick a cookie. I will set that cookie as my profile. This was 3 weeks ago, so they probably won't see this, but set it to Eternal Sugar Cookie. Join the cult of laziness. Speaking of Eternal Sugar, she didn't do very well. 6.8 billion damage. That's a decrease. Yeah, it's probably best not to use her. Now it's time to bring in the big guns. So my friend named PlasmaCat helped me out with finding the best Squid Raid teams. He also uploaded some Squid Raid and Alliance guides on his YouTube channel, so you can go subscribe to him, but only if you're actually gonna watch his stuff. So if you want to be an active subscriber, his link's in the description. So the fourth team is a combination of the Avatar of Destiny and the Electric comp. We're taking Brule and shoving him inside the Electric team. We also got Lemonade, Linzer, Twizzly, and Furret. We're using the scroll instead of the watch since Brule's here. The rope buff goes on Brule and Twizzly. Good attack speed synergy. My Avatar team isn't that good cause I hate Guild Battle. Like, doing 18 of the same battle every week is more of a chore for me rather than playing a video game. Some people like the structure it brings though, but I don't. Speaking of guilds, well, my guild does have some open spots. It's on the Hollyberry server, it reaches Grandmaster 1, and is completely casual, and you can use time jumpers on guild battles. The name is King of the Sea, so if you want to join the guild, go join my Discord server and ask me in the server, or directly in DMs or something. Just do a decent amount of damage. It doesn't have to be spectacular, just watch or read some guild guides and you'll be fine. Let's see how much damage we did. 12 billion. Now that's really good. PlasmaCat is an expert when it comes to these types of game modes. However, this still isn't the best team. PlasmaCat showed me a different variation of it that does more damage. We're replacing Furret with Star Coral. Yeah, it turns out Star Coral is better for this team. This is also the most up-to-date Squid Raid team. Next, there's some timings involved. You can spam Linzer's skill right away at the beginning of the battle, but afterwards, never use her below 7 stacks. And now it's time for some cool Twizzly Gummy shenanigans. Around 40 seconds left on the timer, the boss will swing his tentacle and grab Twizzly, stunning her and preventing her from using her strong auto attacks. Twizzly shoots a ton of projectiles with her auto attacks, not skill, so they're super important. At around 45 seconds on the timer, you don't want to use Twizzly Gummy skill and you want to hold on to it. Then you want to wait until the boss visually swings his tentacle and use Twizzly skill at the same time. This causes Twizzly to continue to auto attack while stunned. It's crazy. Look very closely at this footage. Twizzly's projectiles are appearing out of nowhere while she's being touched and held up in the air by the boss. Now this is a hidden tech that turns this into the best Squid Raid team. Let's try this out in battle now. Make sure you keep an eye on everyone's skill timings. I decided to play this on 0.5 speed just to squeeze in as much damage as possible, but I sped up the footage of course. So there's this mistake I see a lot of players make in things like world exploration or events like Beast Raid. If you're struggling to beat something, always turn down your game speed to the minimum, whether it be 1x or 0.5x speed. Now, I have a bit of a random question for you. Do you think these videos actually need music or not? Cause I really don't know. On one hand, it takes a long time to like add the music to the video, and then it takes longer for me to make videos and there's less of them. But on the other hand, you know, there's some background music, so it might help. I don't know. So yeah, just tell me what you think, I guess. So let's see how much damage we did. 13.6 billion. That's pretty good. Here's the builds. They're the same as the ones in PlasmaCat's videos. Lemonade is standard with an electric biscuit. Linzer does need a lot of cooldown, like around 40%. Attack speed or cooldown biscuit. For Twizzly, get around like 77 or 78% attack speed and around 30% crit with an attack speed biscuit. Same exact thing for Creme Brulee, but he needs 9.1% cooldown or more. Star Coral is just kind of whatever, like you can put on whatever. That's all for today. Leave a comment and there's a chance I'll read it and put it in a video just like this one.